Christmas you're looking forward to a little bit more after a first home win in 7?
Yeah, it's obviously a good response from us from the Wimbledon game. So I'm pleased with that. Performance levels were good. After the first 15-20 minutes of the game, I thought we were a little bit on edge, a little bit nervous, probably the first 10-15 minutes of the game. But then we grew into the game and looked really good. Looked back to our old self and what we know we can do at home. And we've lost twice there since February of last year, which is a great feat for us. And it's obviously 2 games where in the league, 2 games where we had enough to win the games, particularly the Bromley game, maybe not so much the Chesterfield game, but we had more than enough opportunities to win that game, but we didn't. But look, we had to get back to winning ways at home after the few draws that we picked up there. So it was nice to do it in a convincing way.
I imagine on the wish list for 2025, just converting a few more of those into wins will be higher up, because like you said, the frustration for you will be that you haven't lost many at home. It's just converting them. Yeah, absolutely.
We love playing at home. Like I mentioned after the game, I think it's our fans are great there. Get really behind us and support us. So there's been a real shift in that. Obviously, I feel it's probably since February of last year, there has been a real shift in terms of how confident we feel and are playing at home. Yes, I know there's a few games that we've drawn this season here and lost 1 or 2, but we've still got a home record. It's top 6 in the division, which I know that we need to be better than that if we want to be where we need to be, of course. So yeah, it's all right. We'll aim to be better in the new year and hopefully make it more of an even more of a fortress really for teams to come to.
Josh Emmanuel's had a couple of games now. How do you feel he's done? Obviously, he's had to be patient to get an opportunity.
Yeah, he's done very well. Very well. Josh is a good player. I mentioned this before, and I know him very well from my time at Hull. And he was part of that team that obviously won the league in League One. So played a lot of games that season. Again, I was fortunate to have 2 very good right backs there, Louis Coyle and Josh Emmanuel. And they both, fought each other all the time for the place. And I think the both of them probably played around about a similar amount of games that season. So I know what Josh is all about. He's an unbelievable kid as well, and I'm pleased that he's put 2 very good performances in his last 2 games.
Contractually, where's he at? Is he somebody that you'd like to keep sticking around for the rest of the season?
Yeah, potentially. He's on a short-term contract, so that's something that we probably we'll look to speak to Josh about and his agent, because I think he enjoys it here. I think he enjoys the opportunity that we've given him, and hopefully he's reaping the rewards of that, because he's when he first came in he hadn't trained for a while. He wasn't probably up to speed, but it's taken him a bit of time to keep working with him every single day when you bring somebody in and hasn't had that pre-season. So I'm pleased where he is at this moment in time. And one thing about him as well, we get track how quick players recover. He recovers so well. He could have trained fully the next day. He recovers very, very well.
What do the next couple of days look like then as you prepare for Walsall around Christmas Day?
Just busy, hectic. We go Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. It's a grueling period for us really, and I'm pleased that we've got a near enough fully fit squad to pick from, because it's going to be tested in the next 10 days. It really is, given the amount of games and training days and stuff like that. So it's just preparing. We debriefed the game today, went through the details that where we done well and what we can do better, and we'll straight on to the focus on Walsall.
With all those games in such a short period of time, will you look to use your squad a little more? Can we expect a few more changes maybe between games over these next couple?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's fair to say that's what will happen. It's important when we've got players ready and fresh, that we utilise the group, because there's no point of flogging anyone. We don't need to. We've got a very good squad. I feel like I've got probably 20 players or so, 21, 22 players that can all play on our team. So it's important to utilise the group. But what's important is we get the team right. It's not about just we'll change 10 and bring 10 in. It won't be like that. If it needs fine tuning in certain areas, or someone's maybe tireder than the other, then it's not a problem. We've got players that can come and step in.
And as Tesco for Boxing Day, it couldn't get really tougher in League Two at the minute, could it? 4 wins in a row. They've not lost since the 1st of October. They're having a cracking season. Yeah,
very strong at home. I watched them a few weeks back when they played Charlton in the FA Cup. Charlton won the game 3-0, but I could see then, how physical they are, how strong they are, how robust they look. They look organised. They look like they've got lots of energy about them. They look like they've got the bit between the teeth, and obviously playing with confidence. People who are scoring goals at the top end of the pitch, they're defending well. They don't give up many shots and things like that. So, yeah, very tough game. Doesn't come much tougher. The team that's obviously got that real momentum at this moment in time, the best home form in the division as well. So it's a tough game.
And they're the team that have currently got the spot that you want this season. So, psychologically, be a good marker, wouldn't it, if you could come out with a victory?
Yeah, it would be, yeah. But we'll just try and prepare for the game as best we can and go there and try and making sure we get the plan right. There's a long way to go in the season. Like I say, whether you're top or 12th or 15th, there's so many games left still to go. But at this moment in time, also, they've got the bit between their teeth. They look strong. They look well organised. They look well coached and drilled. So it's credit to them. They've had a tremendous season up to this point. So hopefully we can go there and upset the apple cart a little bit and see if we can get a result.
Yeah, word for Matt Sadler, just 39 years old. It's his first gig as the main man. I mean, as kind of first jobs go and whatever else, he couldn't have done much better though. It's great to see a young coach doing so well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he has. I mean, he had a good season last year. Didn't they? They started really well, and then they just slipped out. Then I think in the top 6 towards the end, the top 7. They beat us at their place, albeit we messed up with a few set plays. I remember New Year's Day last year, and we beat them at home. I thought we were good that day at home. We beat them at home, so we know they've strengthened. They've got stronger. They've got good threats. Over their 11, probably even the ones on the bench that comes off the bench, they've got good threats. So we know it'll be a tough game.
Just lastly on Christmas, in terms of this time of the year, we know that anybody who works in football, there's plenty of sacrifices, certainly from a time perspective at this time of the year. Is it worse as a manager than it was as a player, or is it any better? Can you get a little bit more time with your family?
Nah, you're always preparing. Really, look, we get enough time off in the summer. When people are still working and stuff. So it's a privilege to be able to be a part of football over this period of time, because it's people want to go to football over the Christmas period, don't they? And they want to bring their kids and their families out for a day out, and for us to be involved in that is great. It's obviously normal life is obviously spending Christmas and eating as much as you can and drinking as much as you can. I've never really had that, in my whole career really. So it's just normal for me really to be involved in football over the Christmas period, making sure we eat properly and we rest properly and we train properly and we get everything right really. So we can prepare as best we can for when the games come along. So football doesn't stop. Particularly the coaching staff and the players and around here, it don't stop. We keep working and try and get the best results for us as possible.
Well, I hope there's time for a very small sherry grant at some point. Have a good Christmas.
Cheers, you too, Adam. Thanks, mate.